Have you ever wondered why some people seem to get crushed by life while others, well, they just seem to become unstoppable? What if I told you the difference isn't talent and it's definitely not luck? It's something you can build.
It all comes down to mental strength. And here's the secret. It's not something you're just born with. Nope, it's something you build, brick by painful brick, starting today. The thing is, most people just never learn how. Life really gives you two paths. On one side, you've got the path of comfort. You avoid anything tough, you stay in your little bubble, and you stay fragile. But then there's the other path, the path where you actually seek out challenges, because you know that's how you build strength and become unstoppable. Right now, you get to decide which path you're on.
So how do we actually do this? Well, it all starts with the foundation, the bedrock of it all, the unbreakable mindset. And trust me, this isn't some minor adjustment. This changes absolutely everything. Think about it like this. It's actually super simple. Your mind is a muscle. You wouldn't expect to get bulging biceps by sitting on the couch, right? Of course not. Well, chasing comfort is the mental equivalent of never going to the gym. It guarantees that muscle stays weak.
So here's the critical part to understand. Every single challenge, every failure, every time you get knocked down, it's not there to break you. It's there to build you. It's a simple three-step cycle. You face the hardship, you learn from it, and you get stronger. That's it. That's the loop.
And this right here, this is the whole ballgame. This is the one question that changes everything. You have to stop asking, why is this happening to me? That's a victim's question. Instead, you start asking, what is this trying to teach me? That question, well, that puts all the power right back in your hands.
Now I know what you might be thinking. This sounds good in theory, but does it work in the real world? Oh yeah. Let me tell you a quick story about a guy who is living proof that what you think are your limits are usually just lies. Let's talk about David Goggins. In the before picture, he was overweight, completely stuck in a dead-end job. Then came the decision. He decided he was going to become a Navy SEAL, which for him at the time was completely insane. The work that followed was just brutal. We're talking 4 a.m. wake-up calls, running on broken bones, just pushing past every limit imaginable. And the after? Well, the man became one of the toughest human beings on the planet. So what's the lesson from his story? It's simple, but it's everything. Real mental toughness isn't built when things are easy. It's forged in the fire. It's built in that exact moment when your body and your mind are screaming at you to quit, and you just take one more step. Okay, so if we're going to build this kind of strength, we first have to tear down all the junk that's keeping you weak. Let's get real about 3 toxic habits you need to eliminate. Like today. Let's break them down. First, complaining. It feels good for a second, but it literally solves nothing. All it does is keep you stuck in a victim mindset. Second, chasing comfort. You have to get this through your head. Growth and comfort cannot exist in the same space. Period. And third, making excuses. Think of excuses as chains you willingly wrap around yourself to keep you from moving forward.
See, in every single moment, you're standing at a crossroads. There's the easy path that keeps you exactly where you are, and there's the hard path that makes you stronger. My advice? Choose growth. Every single time.
All right, so we've gotten rid of the bad stuff. Now what do we replace it with? We're not talking about flipping your life upside down overnight. We're talking about tiny, consistent actions that, over time, lead to massive results.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Start your day with a cold shower? Yeah, it sucks, but it trains your mind to do hard things first thing in the morning. Move your body every day. The connection is undeniable. A strong body helps build a strong mind. Meditate, even for just 5 minutes. Learn to control your thoughts before they control you. And finally, every single day, just do one hard thing. Anything. Prove to yourself that you can. This next part is a huge pillar of strength, mastering your emotions. Now, the strongest people aren't robots. They feel everything. They've just learned not to be controlled by those feelings. And the secret is what I call the power of the pause. I mean, just look at this comparison. The mentally weak person gets triggered and they instantly react. The emotion takes the wheel. But the mentally strong person, they pause, they create a tiny bit of space between what happened and how they respond. And in that little space, that's where you find control. And this is a skill you can practice. It's so simple. The next time you feel that rush of anger or stress or fear, just do this. 1, stop. 2, take one deep breath. And 3, just give yourself a second to think before you act. This tiny little habit is how you take your power back. I love this analogy. Think of your emotions like waves in the ocean. They're going to come, some will be small, some will be massive tsunamis. But you aren't the wave, you're the boat. You get to decide if you're going to get tossed around or if you're going to steer your own course. Okay, this brings us to our final and maybe the single most important idea. If you want to accomplish anything meaningful, you have to understand the huge difference between motivation and discipline.
Let's just be brutally honest here. Motivation is a feeling. It's flaky, it's unreliable, it comes and goes whenever it wants. If you only work when you feel motivated, you will get nothing done. Discipline, on the other hand, is an action. It's a commitment. It's what you do whether you feel like it or not. And that is what gets results.
Burn this definition into your brain. You don't need to feel like going to the gym. You just go. You don't need to feel like waking up early. You just get up. That is discipline. It is the engine that drives all success.
So stop waiting to feel ready. It's a trap. Instead of just setting a big goal, like I want to get in shape, create a system. Your system is, I put on my workout clothes at 6 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You focus on executing the system, and I promise you the results will take care of themselves. Look, let's wrap this up. Life is going to test you. Pain is going to come for you. That is a guarantee. But here's the thing. Every single time that happens, you are faced with a fundamental choice. You can let it break you, or you can use it as fuel to become absolutely positively unbreakable. The choice is always yours. And it's not some big choice you make one time in your life. It's a choice you make in this moment, and the next, and the next. So, I'm asking you, decide, right now, who are you going to be?